せしてみない？言って。手合わせしてみない？言って。
氷雪の志は朽ちることなし。タッチキル。陛下に慈悲なし。泣いてよ、ここへ。タッチキル。
In the last few days, our team has received some incredible intel from an anonymous source. A mysterious stellaron burst has occurred aboard the Xianzhou Lao Fu. Today, we're lucky to have with us in the studio the Lawfu Skyfaring Hellmaster Madam Yukong, as well as Mr. Luocha, a traveling merchant currently staying on the ship. Madam Yukong, what's the latest on the Lawfu situation?
Well, for the most part, the stellaron crisis has been brought under control. We've evacuated affected areas, and life has returned to normal in the safe zones.
I see. Mr. Luocha, I hear you experienced the crisis firsthand. What was it like on the ground?
Well, I was trapped in the Lawfu's Cloudford Harbor at first. It was only thanks to the Cloud Knights and a fortuitous encounter with kindly strangers that I was able to escape unharmed.
That's the Xianzhou Alliance. I knew you guys had everything under control.
I should mention that over the course of this crisis, we've witnessed a lot of suspicious activity. We believe the infamous stellaron hunters are responsible. We now have 2 suspects in our custody, Blade and Kafka. Unfortunately, their accomplice is still on the loose.
Oh, you're talking about the hacker girl, right? Silverwolf? I heard she infiltrated the Xianzhou systems. I say she leaves behind a calling card.
Like this one.
Exactly, just like...
Your fake ID info is ready.
This place is different from the rest of the space station. We're on Genius Society turf. Alright, let's get going. We have to move quickly. Not what we're looking for. It's a bait signal. You can challenge the space station. But challenge me? Good luck. Welcome to Billabong's History and Culture Museum. As you can see, the interior looks brand new. But we're in a bit of a bind. Our exhibit was stolen. Let me take a look. So these are the suspects.
Let's settle this. Enough talk. Have at
it! Never let your guard down in front of your enemy. Allow me to give you a dignified end.
Your world has a day-night cycle. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. As always, it's your host and good buddy Albert. Welcome to the Honkai Star Rail version 1.1 Galactic Roaming Special Program.
Hello, good to be here.
Today, we've invited 3 special guests to be with us on the program. Introducing...
Hi guys, my name's Melissa Fawn and I voice Silverwolf.
Hey folks, my name's Craig Lee Thomas and I voice Luocha.
Hi everyone, I'm Dawn M. Bennett and I voice Yukong.
Pleasure to have you with us. And now, without further ado, let's get straight into Honkai Star Rail version 1.1. What's new, Craig?
Well, judging from the trailer we just saw, it looks like all 3 areas got some updates. Herta Space Station, Belobog, and the Xianzhou Luofu.
I don't know if you noticed, but Silverwolf got the first bit of screen time. Just saying.
Speaking of Silverwolf, I hear our notorious stellaron hunter is planning another visit to Genius Society territory soon. Let's take a close look at this little troublemaker.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the first time we saw this mysterious girl was back at the start of the story.
That's right. It's hard to keep an air of mystery when you're the first one on the scene, but...
I think she couldn't have timed it better.
I think you couldn't have timed that better.
So, what role does Silverwolf have within the Stellaron Hunters?
She's a super hacker, essentially. Lots of technical know-how. If you've got a hack, she's got your back.
It's kind of scary how good she is.
Yeah.
Hacking the surveillance system on Herta Space Station? Not easy. That's how she located the Stellaron.
Let's not forget the Xianzhou. She hacked into the Luofu's systems and guided the Astral Express crew onto the ship.
Hey, you guys know that this is all pretty illegal, right?
Yeah. I guess what we're trying to say is Silverwolf is capable of breaking through any and all defense systems. That's why she's useful to the Stellaron Hunters.
I see. Second question. What's with all the gaming paraphernalia?
Oh, I've been meaning to ask that too. A console here, controller buttons there. It's a vibe.
Well, this probably won't come as a surprise to anyone, but she's a gamer. In fact, she sees the universe as a game in itself, and she's playing to win. She actually uses a lot of gamer slang in conversation. Not everyone picks up on it, though.
Got it. So it's fair to say she's kind of a nerd?
You could say that. She's also not great at socializing.
Really? Huh. She always struck me as pretty outgoing.
I guess she does have a lot of friends.
Hold up a second. She's an outgoing nerd with poor social skills and a lot of friends. That's quite the combo.
Well, if you struggle to make friends, why not create your own?
Melissa, you're talking about imaginary friends, right? I'm not sure that counts.
Oh. Okay, let me explain. I'm talking about the AI modules in her weapons. See these little guys on her character artwork? That's friend. There's devil. This one over here is white collar. Oh, and this one's servant.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, they're pretty adorable. When Silverwolf talks about her team of professionals, she's talking about these guys.
Hold on a second. Since when did AI become so adorable? Clearly, we're making it real easy for the machines to take over. It's thanks to Silverwolf's hacking skills that she's been able to forge such a fearsome reputation at such a young age. Let's take a look at her strengths.
Well, Silverwolf is a quantum-type character following the path of nihility. She can apply different debuffs to enemies to improve her allies' combat superiority. In particular, her skill can inflict a weakness on enemies. The weakness she inflicts matches a random ally's attack type.
Which is to say that even if nobody on her team has an attack type which matches an enemy's weakness, Silverwolf can create a weakness that will correspond to an ally's existing strength.
Exactly! In addition, every one of Silverwolf's attacks has a chance of inflicting the enemy with a random bug. There are 3 kinds of bugs, which reduce the enemy's attack, defense, and speed, respectively.
Okay.
And outside of combat, Silverwolf can use her technique to attack an enemy and enter battle. Regardless of enemy weakness, she deals damage to all enemies and reduces their toughness.
If Silverwolf breaks an enemy's weakness with her technique, it triggers the quantum weakness break effect, right?
Yes, that's right. What else was I going to mention? Her ultimate. Silverwolf's ultimate has a high chance of reducing the enemy's defense in addition to dealing damage.
I love that animation. It's like something out of a rhythm game, right? See, I'm starting to see what you mean by the universe being a game to her.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't stop there either. Did I mention her ability names? There's System Warning, Allow Changes, Awaiting System Response, Force Quit Program. Oh, you get the picture.
Yeah. Oh, was there one called a 10-set guarantee? Ooh. Or how about Single Warp Miracle?
Sadly not. Her ultimate's called User Banned, though.
Oh, I know what that means. Banned out of existence. Yeah, I guess the scary ultimate needs a scary name. Well, it's time to move on to the Xianzhou's mysterious visitor. Luocha, the traveling merchant. Ooh. Straight off the bat, man knows how to dress. Elegant look, gentlemanly demeanor, but they say he's hiding a secret. What do you think? Good guy or villain?
He seems very suspicious.
Really? How so?
Well, imagine some guy waltzes into your hometown dressed like an aristocrat from another planet, but he knows all the local customs. You'd be a little taken aback, right?
Hey, I think you're being a little hard on the guy. Some tourists do their research.
Uh-huh. Well, don't you think his healing abilities are a little mysterious? They came in pretty handy during the Stellaron crisis.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a traveling merchant, I'm gonna want some first aid skills under my belt.
Exactly.
It's a dangerous career.
Career, huh? Are you sure that's how he makes a living? We haven't seen him trade a single thing.
Well, I feel like this guy already made his fortune. Maybe traveling merchant is just what super rich tourists like to tell people.
Jeez, you guys have an answer for everything. Is this the Luocha fan club or something?
Ooh, yes. Let's start one.
Yeah.
Well, what about the coven he carries around with him? Nothing out of the ordinary there, right?
Nope.
Yeah, you got me there.
Mm-hmm, yeah, that's suspicious.
I'm not so sure. Everyone needs a conversation starter, right? Especially traveling merchants. Think about it. If you walk past this guy, the coffin's gonna draw your attention, right? You'll probably ask him about it, and before you know it, he sold you a new set of shower curtain rings.
You know something? That kind of makes sense.
Pretty smart.
I see.
And if you find people are in need of a few shower curtain rings, I happen upon the finest collection of authentic Xianzhou bathroomware. Beautiful stuff. Low prices, too.
Touching the original question here. Is Luocha a good guy or villain?
I don't think we have enough information.
All right, then. Guess all you trailblazers have to make up your own minds. So, why don't we take a look at his ability?
Ooh, now we're talking. Luocha is an imaginary type character following the path of abundance. For a man with medical knowledge, it's not surprising that he's strong on protection. He can offer healing too and dispel debuffs from his allies. For example, Luocha's skill can restore an ally's HP. When the HP of any ally falls below a certain percentage, Luocha uses his skill on them without consuming any skill points. This effect can be triggered again after a set number of turns.
Emergency healing, huh? Important for team survival.
Sure is. After unlocking a special trace, using Luocha's skill also dispels a debuff from an ally. Using Luocha's ultimate, Death Wish, dispels one buff from and deals imaginary damage to all enemies.
In other words, if you've got an enemy that's always buffing themselves or debuffing your allies, Luocha has an important role to play.
Precisely. And here's something else. Every time Luocha uses his skill or ultimate, he grants himself one stack of Abyss Flower. Now, when the Abyss Flower reaches a certain number of stacks, Luocha deploys a field against the enemy, which lasts for a set number of turns. When the field is active, allies recover a set amount of HP whenever they make an attack. And that's not all. After unlocking a special trace, attacks against enemies in the field can restore ally HP.
Cool, it's like a force field of healing.
During exploration, when Luocha uses his technique, Mercy of a Fool, his field will be immediately generated at the start of the next battle.
Sheesh. Mr. Luocha. Mysterious origins and extraordinary skills. There's somebody else here we gotta get to. I'm talking about the elegant, sky-faring Hellmaster, Madame Yukong.
About time, too! Well, from commerce, cargo, passengers, all the way through to the Air Force, the Skyfaring Commission is in charge of all matters relating to flight. Yukong is the head of that commission, so the above falls right under her remit.
Nice. Speaking of flight, it seems like star skiffs are the most emblematic means of transportation on the Xianzhou.
Yeah, they're a common sight in the Xianzhou skies. Yukong can fly them, right?
I'd say she's pretty handy with a star skiff. When she was young, it was Yukong's flying skills that saw her promoted by the general. That's how she joined the Skyfaring Commission. She soon became an ace among the other pilots.
Huh? That's not the story I heard.
All right, you got me. Here's the director's cut. Yukong ran 6 red lights in a row. She was dragged straight in front of the general and...
I get the picture. Sometimes rebels get noticed.
You're only young once.
6 red lights, huh? Disclaimer, trailblazers, don't try that at home. Well, her rebellious streak might be a thing of the past, but she's still as sharp as ever. Tom, give us the lowdown.
Coming right up. Yukong is an imaginary type character following the path of harmony. Her skill, Emboldening Salvo, grants her 2 stacks of Roaring Bowstrings. When Roaring Bowstrings is active, the attack of all allies increases. Yukong loses 1 stack of Roaring Bowstrings with every allied turn.
In other words, Yukong's skill can increase allies' attack for 2 turns.
You got it. During exploration, using Yukong's technique increases her movement speed for a set time. It also allows her to obtain 2 stacks of Roaring Bowstrings at the start of the next battle.
Ooh, sounds like a good recipe for shaking off enemy pursuers.
Using Yukong's basic attack triggers her talent 7 layers, 1 arrow, which deals additional damage and increases the toughness reducing damage of the current attack. This effect can be triggered again after a set number of turns. When Yukong unleashes her ultimate, Diving Kestrel, she deals imaginary damage to a single target. If Roaring Bowstrings is active, its effect is enhanced, increasing the crit rate and crit damage of all allies. Her days on the front lines may be over, but Yukong's skills didn't go anywhere. Maybe one day, we'll get to see her take flight once again.
Ooh, here's hoping.
Man, we're really spoiled for choice with these characters, huh? Still, let's not forget what else we've got coming up. In version 1.1, we'll be welcoming 2 brand new light cones to the warp. First up, Incessant Rain.
Bubblegum in the rain, huh? That's a mood.
The Silverwolf energy is strong in this one.
You got that right. Someone don't want to tidy the room?
So true. She's like, I told you, Kafka. I'm gonna tidy it. As soon as version 1.1 finishes downloading.
Sure. The second light cone is the Path of Abundance's Echoes of the Coffin. See, it looks like a snapshot of Luocha talking to the coffin?
Wow, looks like some kind of thorny vines are emerging from beneath the lid. So many questions. I get a sense of mystery and elegance, but there's also a kind of tenderness and fragility here, don't you think?
Well, one thing's for sure. If people weren't curious about Luocha's coffin yet, they are now.
Just a man in his ornately decorated vine-producing coffin. Nothing to see here, folks.
Whatever you say, Craig. Check this out. During the first phase of version 1.1 in the character warp, Contract 0, Trailblazers can obtain the limited 5-star character Silverwolf. During the same phase in the Light Cone event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star Light Cone Incessant Rain will be boosted. Now, during the second phase of version 1.1 in the character warp Lake Pursuit, Trailblazers can obtain the limited 5-star character Luocha and 4-star character Yukong. During the same phase, in the Light Cone event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star Light Cone Echoes of the Coffin will be boosted. I almost forgot to mention, when version 1.2 rolls around, Trailblazers can take part in an in-game event to obtain the 4-star character Yukong for free.
Sick.
Details for this event will be announced through official channels in the not-too-distant future.
Nice.
Ooh, awesome.
Whew. Let's take a break for a minute here, but when we get back, we'll be talking version 1.1 events. Welcome back, Trailblazers. New characters and light cones aside, version 1.1 has lots of events and gameplay updates. And a little bird told me there's an event connected to Silverwolf on the way.
I heard the same thing. At the start of the story, Kafka and Silverwolf invaded Herta space station. Kafka's mission was to awaken the Trailblazer. Silverwolf's mission was to help Kafka infiltrate the space station systems and locate the hidden stellaron. But that wasn't enough for Silverwolf.
I can believe that. She's been on the IPC's wanted list for as long as I can remember.
During the invasion, she left behind some kind of digital graffiti. Just her way of letting everyone know Silverwolf was here.
Way to rub it in their faces, Silverwolf. Still, artists need an outlet.
This all sounds like classic Silverwolf energy to me.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the name of her homeworld. Punk Lord. Kind of fitting, don't you think?
Seriously?
No way.
Afraid so. I think she was destined for this kind of behavior. Anyway, in the Star Hunt game event, the Trailblazers receive an invite from the space station's network security engineer, Leonard. They have to help Leonard locate the digital graffiti hidden across the station and uncover the secrets inside.
Wait, there are secrets hidden inside the graffiti? But if it's all digital... Oh, I bet you need to hack into it or something.
You might be right. We also get to meet a new Genius Society member, one of Madame Herta's collaborators, Skrullum. He'll be helping the Trailblazers too.
Boy, haven't we seen Skrullum before somewhere?
I think we saw a hologram portrait of him in Herta's office. He's a robot, right?
A robot Genius Society member. Interesting. I bet he's got a few hacker skills up his sleeve. If he's helping us out too, I'm sure we'll be fine.
You know what I found out? Silverwolf and Skrullum actually faced off against each other once. You can see a snapshot of their fight in the We Will Meet Again light cone.
Whoa. Okay, Skrullum, looking kind of handsome there. Geez, his portrait really doesn't do him justice.
If you and the light cone need a moment here, the rest of us can head out.
Love a handsome robot.
I guess this event will be the second time Skrullum's come up against Silverwolf's mischief, then. Old enemies locking horns once again.
Ooh, guess it does kind of feel like a rematch.
I gotta mention that graffiti again. Anyone else feel like it'd make for a good tattoo? I feel like some of these characters could pull it off.
I don't think that feature's coming to Star Rail anytime soon.
Oh, what?
But I did hear that the designs are collectible. The Trailblazer can apply them to in-game surfaces and take photos with the artwork.
So
Nice.
cool.
Collecting the graffiti designs also allows you to unlock the limited 4-star light cone before the tutorial mission starts. Complete the event mission to obtain Always Smiling, which can be exchanged in the event shop for limited light cone special superimposition material, as well as stellar jade.
Hey, that's another good-looking light cone. Not to change the subject or anything, but I gotta ask, is that Albert merch I'm seeing over there?
It looks so fluffy! I want one!
Well, to mention it, why don't I introduce you to the HypePC's merchandise department? If you guys had your own merch, they'd be sold out in no time. Or maybe let's just get back to version 1.1 for now. In the story thus far, Belobog has finally emerged from the stellaron shadow. But there's a lot left to do. The city is going through changes. And you guys want to shed some light?
I heard a thing or two. Now that the underworld and overworld are reconnected, things are definitely heading in a better direction. One recent development, Belobog's History Museum is getting ready to reopen to the public.
Museum? I love museums! Aw, don't you wish you could take the exhibits home with you, though?
The only problem is, exhibits are being stolen. Anything you'd like to tell us, Melissa?
Oh, wait a minute. I only just found out they had a museum. How could it have been me?
I didn't say it was you.
Oh.
Prime suspect. Anyway, in the Everwinter City Museum Ledger of Curiosities event, the Trailblazer must help Pela track down clues and recover the lost exhibits.
Nice! Well, I love a good whodunit.
Sounds great.
Well, that's not all. The Trailblazer can take on managerial responsibilities and help run the place.
Huh. So what does that involve exactly?
I'm glad you asked. The Trailblazer can do things like collect exhibits and enlist other individuals to improve the overall experience for visitors. After achieving specific operational goals, they can accumulate funds to expand the museum's exhibits and gradually unlock limited-time rewards, such as stellar jade, lost crystals, and self-modeling resin.
Sounds like fun. I'm sure it'll be a piece of cake.
When the limited-time event is over, the museum will remain as a mode within the game. Trailblazers can return to the museum at any time to check out the collection and catch up with colleagues.
Of course, if you encounter any issues during the running of the museum, please don't hesitate to get in touch with the IPC. Wait, we don't have the service. Gotta get ahead of myself.
A deep breath, Albert. Not everything is an IPC sales pitch.
Thanks, Don. This is what happens if you read commercials for a living.
No worries. Kinda did sound like a useful service. Maybe the IPC should look into it.
I'm sure our Trailblazers are more interested in the content of the new version. Let's get back on track.
All right. A researcher from the space station found a combat simulation program of unknown origin called Stellar Flare, which contains a series of new challenge stages.
Huh? More challenges?
Every stage in Stellar Flare has a challenge theme and corresponding special mechanism. Trailblazers will have to think outside the box and use any advantages offered by the mechanisms to complete the stage in as few turns as possible.
Sounds like the Forgotten Hall to me.
The difference with Stellar Flare is that the special mechanisms might require completely new ways of thinking about combat. For example, in some stages, using your skill doesn't consume skill points. In others, damage dealt when breaking an enemy's toughness is increased, but the enemy's toughness will be immediately restored.
Huh, sounds pretty cool, but I'm sure Silverwolf will take care of it in one turn.
What if I haven't leveled up enough characters? Is it impossible for me to complete the challenge?
Don't worry. To assist Trailblazers in completing the challenge, every Stellar Flare stage has a trial character suited to the theme.
You don't say. I can get behind that.
The Garden of Plenty event. Recently, the cosmos has entered a turbulent cycle, and the calyxes are unusually active. The reality data contained within them has grown exponentially.
Huh, which means...
It means that over a fixed time period, Trailblazers have a set number of daily attempts to obtain double the rewards from calyxes. Leveling up, here we come! The next event we're going to talk about is called Lab Assistance in Position. Wen Shuling is a Department of Implement Arts researcher on Herta Space Station. and she's currently preparing research topics needed for the next quarter. However, the Antimatter Legion's invasion has messed up her progress. As a result, Wen Shiling has asked the Trailblazer to help her collect monster materials for use in her research topic. If the Trailblazer collects and submits the experimental materials required on a given day, they can receive corresponding rewards.
I got a question, Dawn.
Fire away.
These are Space Station and Bellabog events, right? Aren't there any events or missions on the Xianzhou Luofu?
You beat me to it.
Oh.
That's exactly what I was about to bring up. In version 1.1, 3 new companion missions are destined for the Xianzhou Luofu. These missions will involve Bailu, Yanqing, and Luocha. As for the specifics, I'm gonna keep that a secret for now. We can't go spoiling all the fun, can we?
What? Not even one detail?
Come on, Don. Can you give us a little something? We're on the edge of our seats here.
Yeah, come on, Don.
All right. Do you guys remember the girl with the blindfold in the opening trailer? And now, young man, allow me to give you a dignified end.
I was wondering who she was.
Well, all I'll say is that she and the Xianzhou have a complicated past. And her appearance on the Xianzhou leads to a dramatic encounter with Cloud Knight Lieutenant Yanqing. And that's all you're getting. Sorry! Surprises are worth waiting for.
I hate waiting.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm afraid that's all you're getting. However, I do have a little info on some other updates. Interested?
Sure, I guess.
Well, if nobody's that interested, then I suppose I'll just...
Of course we're interested.
What, are you crazy?
Albert, you're interested, right? That's better, good boy.
Nicely done, Melissa. The check-in event Gift of Odyssey will also be arriving in version 1.1. For the length of this version, as long as Trailblazers log in for 7 days, they can acquire 10 Star Rail special passes.
10 free warps? Nice.
Version 1.1 will also see some system updates. When Trailblazers need to obtain leveling materials that only a certain type of enemy can produce, they can instantly teleport to an area where the enemy is present, as well as pinpoint the precise location of the enemy on the map with a marker.
Sounds like a real time saver.
Wait until you hear this. Once the enemy in question is defeated, the marker will automatically move to the location of the next enemy. After all marked enemies on a map have been defeated, Trailblazers can continue to pinpoint enemies on other maps. This process can be repeated until all daily respawn enemies of a certain type have been defeated.
Oh, that's a lifesaver. I barely found my way to the studio today.
There's also a small combat surprise in store. During combat, trotters that have lost their way may randomly enter battle. As long as the trotter is defeated before it manages to flee, additional leveling materials can be obtained.
Enemy geolocation and additional material opportunities? Devs, I owe you one.
Last but not least, in order to help Trailblazers stay in touch, version 1.1 also has a friend chat function.
So you mean, aside from helping friends through Support Assist, we can send them messages too?
You got it. Doesn't matter if they're old companions or new acquaintances.
That's the spirit of trailblazing right there.
Oh, hey, Albert, what's your account? Let me add you.
What?
I need to add you. You can be my personal IPC customer service. What do you think?
Hello. Hey, don't get any ideas because I nearly made up a service that doesn't exist.
So you don't want to add me? Guess I'll just have to hack you.
Wait a minute. We can negotiate.
Yeah, I'm gonna need those account details too.
Count me in. Sorry to jump on the bandwagon here, Albert, but you're a celebrity anchor for the IPC. Everyone wants to be your friend.
Fine, but I'm switching my account the next chance I get. Time for today's third redemption code. Well, time flies when you're having fun. Looks like our special program is coming to an end.
Darn.
But as the first guest on the program, you guys got any thoughts, reflections, complaints?
Oh, it's been an honor to be on the show, Albert. I gotta say, we covered a lot of ground. Now I'm even more excited for the updates. Fingers crossed I get Silverwolf.
Yeah, seriously, same.
Greg, how you feeling?
I feel like I've got more questions than I came in with. What new directions will Luocha take the story in? Who's stealing exhibits from the museum? And what about those companion missions? Guess we'll have to find out the answers in-game.
Yeah.
For real. As for me, well, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'd seen a lot of Yukong up to now, but this was the first time I got to understand her moves and role on the battlefield. She's so cool. I kinda wanna be her. Then again, I guess I kinda am her.
I had to double check that for a second, huh? Well, that's it for the Honkai Star Rail version 1.1 special program. I want to thank all you trailblazers today for tuning in, and hey, see you on the flip side.
See you in the game!
Bye. See you when I see ya.
everyone.
Later, guys.
Bye! You didn't think it was over, did you?
律令が
涼しいです。一心同期。
陛下に慈悲なし立ち切る
諸悪退散。
泣いてよそこへ
よいしょ。諸悪退散。
氷雪の志は朽ちることなし陛下に慈悲なし
諸悪退散。
立ち切る
退陣するときは慎重に機を待てばいい。
困ります。一心同期。
氷雪の志は朽ちることなし立ち切る泣いてよここへ 陛下に慈悲なし。
諸悪退散。そりゃ。
氷雪の志は朽ちることなし。泣いてよここへ。タッチキル。律令がござる。
諸悪退散。
陛下に慈悲なし。いや、律令がござる。キル。
諸悪退散。
泣いてよここへ。陛下に慈悲なし。
よいしょ。
泣いてよここへ。
諸悪退散。
いや、
諸悪退散。
タッチキル。陛下に慈悲なし。氷雪の志は朽ちることなし。
退陣するときは慎重に機を待てばいい。
律令がござる。タッチキル。
一心同期。
泣いてよここへ。氷雪の志は朽ちることなし。陛下に慈悲なし。
諸悪退散。
泣いてよここへタッチキル
よいしょ。諸悪退散。一心同期。
氷雪の志は朽ちることなし。陛下に慈悲なし。タッチキル
いじめるな。
氷雪の志は朽ちることなし。
覚えておきなさい。
泣いてよここへ
諸悪退散。
チャンスをつかめ。僕がいる。
一子同時にな。
律令が
貴様らの敗北は決まっている。
氷雪の志は朽ちることなし。タッチキル
一心同期。
陛下に慈悲なし。
よいしょ。
まだ終わっていない。
諸悪退散。
震えろ我が威厳のもとで氷になれ。はっ機は熟した。ここまでだ。寒波が貴様らを葬る。
泣いてよここへタッチキル氷雪の志は朽ちることなし。
諸悪退散。
極寒の審判。
この程度。
一心同期。
そこまで。陣列を組め。貴様
様らの敗北は決まっている。貫け。
話し合います。
陛下に慈悲なし。タッチキル。
よいしょ。
極寒を味
こ
わえ。
の程度か。
なだれに飲まれろ。火は熟した。極寒の審判。
いじめるな。
小説の志は朽ちることなし。泣いてよここへ。
貴様に絶望を。
話し合います。
氷になれ。
諸悪退散。
大丈夫。陛下に慈悲なし。タッチキル。
寒波が貴様らを葬る。
トリア。諸悪退散。一心同期。話し合いましょう。
小説の志は朽ちることなし。泣いてよそこへ。
極寒の審判。
この程度か。
話し合いましょう。はっ。よいしょ。
タッチキル。陛下に慈悲なし。
震えろ我が威厳のもとで。貫け。約束された世界。
戦とは木のごとし、曲ごとに別の姿を見せる。
あんたは休憩、私は見張り。後で交代しなさい。
陛下に慈悲なし。大事な
蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。我に力を。厄介な連中。祈りは無用。わしをいじめるな。
泣いてよ、ここへ。立ち切る。
我に力を。我に力を。蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。
大事ない
審判の結果。強弾の薬よ。よいしょ。
陛下に慈悲なし。
我に力を。蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。我に力を。しまってしまう。我に力を。蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。祈りは無用。
泣いてよ、ここへ。立ち切る。
我に力を。わしをいじめるな。我に力を。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
大事
蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。しまってしまう。我に力を。蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。救いに来る。祈りは無用。よいしょ。
陛下に慈悲なし。
我に力を。わしをいじめるな。
立ち切る。
我に力を。守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
大事な
蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。しまってしまう。我に力を。審判の結果。そりゃ強弾の薬よ。
泣いてよ、ここへ。
救い。よいしょ。
陛下に慈悲なし。立ち切る。
我に力を。蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。
泣いてよここへ
救い
我に力を
守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。我に力を蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。血を開けよ足をいじめるな。我に力をよいしょ。
陛下に慈悲なし。
どんな隙も見逃さない。はっ
しつこい。
タッチキル。
蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。我に力を
救い厄介な連中。審判の
泣いてよここへ大事な
我に力を蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。我に力を
守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
陛下に慈悲なし。タッチキル。
血を開けよ何の薬よ。我に力を
救い祈りは
泣いてよここへ
よいしょ。我に力を蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。我に力を蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。
大事ない陛下に慈悲なし。
我に力を
大事な戦場。
勇者じゃん。
タッチキル。
我に力を
守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
大事ない
蝶と共に散れ